Hi and welcome back, guys. Hope you all are having a great day out there. If you've got a pen and paper or a computer right now where you can type some information in, I have some dates for you guys. All I ever ask is if you do like talking about XRP, click that like button. Subscribe if you'd like. It's free, added bonus, right? But if you don't mind clicking that like button, if you do like talking about XRP, I have some critical dates I want to share with you. Because look, guys, any Tom, Dick, and Harry out there can speculate on what the price of XRP is going to do in the short term. We hear TA guys, technical analysts all the time, right? Saying XRP is going to 400, 500, 600% increase within the next week or two. And that's all fine. And they can look at the chart and take a look at what technicals are flashing, and they may just be right. And we've seen cryptocurrencies time and time again move in those types of gains, even in a short time, short period, right? And so not to say that it won't happen, but I'm here to give you the facts. I want to give you the facts on dates this year. They're absolutely critical, though. I've written some down here. I want to share them with you because let's be honest, we're in this to make money, first and foremost. While it's very cool, fun to talk about crypto, I love coming out here every day and talking about crypto, telling you, what's going on, helping everyone get up to date and sharing commentary with you all. You guys give me a lot of information as well. That's all fun. But let's just be honest, we're here for a much higher XRP than $2.08. Now we're up 1% here today. This is not what we're in it for. We want a much higher value for our digital assets. And so I want to share you some very key, crucial dates here today. Now, we did have some good news for XRP again here today. And I know many of you are like scratching your head. We're getting great news, but why isn't the price reflecting it? We'll get into all that. But HashKey Capital announces launch of Asia's first XRP tracker fund with Ripple as early investor. And so, guys, why is this a big deal? Essentially, what this is allowing is for professional investors to go in on XRP without taking direct crypto custody, right? And so these professional investors, these institutional investors, this is just another step forward for them to take a look at cryptocurrencies like XRP, which, by the way, is the #1 digital asset out there right now among all altcoins that is being focused on right now. It's not Solana, right? We see that even with the ETFs, 19 ETFs for XRP, but XRP is in the limelight right now, guys. Right now, XRP is in main focus. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these dates. I'm going to read through some of those very important ones I wrote down. #1 being July 14th, 2025. Why is this very important? And all these dates are here in 2025, by the way. Well, ISO 20022 messaging standard for FedWire fund service in the United States is scheduled to go live on July 14th, 2025. Now, we remember FedWire, many of the partners that are working with the U.S. government with this system are direct partners with Ripple. Confirmed. We can do a whole nother video on that if you'd like. In fact, let me know in the comment section below. Would be more than willing to do that. We've talked about it in the past, but I could go into more detail on that. But that is going to go live on July 14th, 2025. This follows a rescheduling from the original date of March 10th, 2025. So we've seen a lot of delays with this, but this date allows financial institutions and vendors additional time to prepare for the transition. That is the issue here. We have an entire system changing, guys. While we see all this chaos going on in the world, right? And what's happening with the tariffs and the trade war and all this mess, entire system, financial system is underway and being transformed. And so it's very important that we stay focused on what's truly happening, as we say, and that's why we are documenting this digital revolution. We've got all the receipts, we've got all the dates, we know what's going on, right? We're documenting this stuff. And so the Federal Reserve will implement this change in a single day strategy, replacing FedWire application interface manual format with ISO 20022 messages. Now, additionally, the SWIFT network, which facilitates cross-border payments, has coexisted period for ISO 20022 and legacy MT messaging that began in March 2023 and is set to end, write this one down, November 22nd, 2025. By this date, November 22nd, 2025, this year, right? By this date, all SWIFT member financial institutions must fully adopt. They must fully adopt ISO 20022 for cross-border payments and reporting, with legacy MT messages being retired. And so it's just so blatantly obvious right now who the winner in this space is when, again, we take a look at what's happening with all Ripple partners working with FedWire. We take a look at SWIFT. We know they're partnering with Ripple. We don't have it confirmed now. That may happen as early as this month or next, right? But we know what's going on. Now, Senator Tim Scott, get ready for the next date here. Tim Scott, chairman of U.S. Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, stated in April 2025, this month, right? He stated he expects a comprehensive crypto market structure bill to be passed into law by August. This is absolutely critical for us to move forward with regulations and move forward into seeing this industry, crypto adoption, unlike we've ever had it in the past, and send this market on fire. He highlighted that the Senate Banking Committee advancement for the Genius Act, a stablecoin regulatory bill in March 2025, as evidence progress for crypto legislation. And so that is going to be another one very, very important, is at some point, not exact date in August, but at some point we should have our first big hurdle, get over our first big hurdle for this. Now, when it comes to regulation, we have bipartisan support. And so we've got to get through Congress. Extremely important we get through Congress, and we have the bipartisan support to make this happen. And things are happening this year, 100% indeed. Now, next one, July 18th is a Fed interest rate decision. I believe we will see cuts this year. It's extremely, extremely likely that we do. It's very obvious what's happening. Jerome Powell can play his little song and dance, but it's very, very obvious. We talk a lot about what's happening in the news as far as what Jerome's saying and Trump, and I'm not going to get into all that. But you've got a little bit of some bouncing around with, I'm not going to cut rates, and Donald Trump saying he's going to fire Jerome Powell, which unfortunately is not likely because the president isn't able to do that. Ultimately, though, this year I do believe this trade war is going to subside like we talked about yesterday. We're going to see things kind of pan out on the whole tariff situation. That's going to help move the market. We're going to see interest rates get cut. That's going to help send this market into an altcoin season. Send this market on fire. Now, also, guys, on the November 22nd of 2025 date, this could also streamline stablecoin and crypto transactions globally. So very important to understand that we have XRP ready to go, ISO compliant, right? November 22nd, which feels like it's forever away, but it really isn't. It's not that far away. This is when everything should go live. When you hear the flip of the switch, you hear people say that XRP is going to hit 3 digits, 4 digits overnight. This is part of it. When you take a look at all the financial institutions that Ripple is already working with right now, what's happening behind the scenes, what we know, right? We know quite a bit at this point, but there's a whole lot more happening behind the scenes that we don't. This is what people are talking about, is the system being built out. We know that Ripple over a decade now has been working with the system. XRP being the #1 digital asset, that native asset on the XRPL to be a part of it. These are the types of moves that we need completely finished to see this happen and move into fruition. Now, also some added bonuses I just wanted to put out there for you guys is ETFs. Obviously, we've talked a lot about that. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with utility, but of course, with the institutions buying up XRP, that will be great for XRP and just institutions putting more focus on XRP and big investors from around the world, big money managers looking at XRP as a great investment is going to help move it. We also have SEC crypto task force meetings happening this year. We're going to want to keep a very close eye on those meetings, what's said, what's done, regulations. Of course, this year I am going to cover all that in detail because, again, regulations, #1 thing that has held this market back since the beginning of time, since the beginning of crypto. It's always been regulations. This year is our year, guys. And then, of course, we're going to be keeping a close eye on any kind of developments with Ripple partnerships, what's going on over in Japan. You know, keep an eye on what the banks over there are doing with XRP in terms of incorporating XRP into more systems over there, and just altcoin season, a better market in general. All these things collectively are important, but these are key dates. I hope you all wrote them down that we absolutely need to know and focus on and be prepared for. Now, lastly, guys, I just want to say, some of you that have been following my content, our community here, for a long time, you may have been already aware of some of these dates, but everyone out there that holds XRP needs to be very, very conscientious of what's going on, needs to be very aware of these dates, and not, most importantly, get flooded out of your bag, get emotional, get scared, panic sell, or do something silly like that is going to get you out of this opportunity we have in front of us. So now's not the time to get out. This is the time to stay focused, to stay locked in, and again, know what you hold. And so with that being said, guys, I appreciate all your support out there. I hope you have a great Friday, great weekend. God bless. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those notification bells, and we will see you all in the next one.